this okay. I got the microphone. You should be able to hear it good, actually. Right to the truck. I want you to run that, and I'll run this, because I got to lift these out of here. So. Oh, she needs shorter wood. Randy does. The longer stuff will set to the side. We'll set the longer stuff to the side. Hopefully you all can hear us. I got a microphone on, so you should actually be able to hear me good. I don't know if anybody's on right now, but because I can't see the camera on the other side, I just see the phone over there. Now, this is what we got from the tree service today. We got a pretty good boat. I'm happy. This is red oak here. Yeah, I'm going to take the camera here in just a little bit to see. And I'm going to ask you all if anybody is on, if you can hear me. Because it'd be nice if I could, if that microphone work like it's supposed to. I'm using my wife's phone. Because I pour the, even with the microphone, this one, you got to connect the thing to your phone for it to, into the charging port for it to register to the microphone. And my charging port's messed up. So, I had that phone for like a year before I went through that. They don't last me very long. I've knocked so many over with firewood stuff on. Look at what a knot there. Look at that thing. I must do that first. Alright. This is good red oak. I burned some of this the other day. I had a fire. You know, today here in Kentucky, I think it's probably 50 to 60 degrees today. It's actually really nice. That's good it is. Let's check and see if anybody's on it. If they are, you can hear me. Maybe talking myself here. Davis, how's it going, Davis? Can you hear me at all, Davis, or no? And is it getting good service? Let's see if my hand's in front of it. Okay, yeah. Can you hear me in this stuff, Carter? Let me put one on for you, Carter. I'm going to try to figure the audio out real quick. This customer wants shorter stuff. And some of this might be a little too long for him. I think this will be all right. This one, that's it. Yeah, I'll help them with this real quick. We can handle it. It's red oak, heavy stuff. It actually is more porous than white oak, so it holds water more than white oak does. We just split straight off the trailer and into the truck bed. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Maybe talking to the truck. Take over, Cordy. Take over. It seems like the jack stuff is on the hook. Can anybody hear it all? Let me know if y'all can hear me at all. I've got the microphone connected. The only chat I'm seeing is Curtis, and it says, hey guys. For whatever reason. Yeah. Okay, yes. Will you find a muffled? Huh. I got the microphone too. So it's muffled. I didn't know how well it would work. Hopefully the microphone is connected. Yeah, showing that it is. Talking to a can of it. Huh, that's odd. You know what the microphone is doing now, huh? Maybe I'll get it figured out one day, this audio. Hey, we got a good trailer load of wood right now. I mean, a big trailer load. See, I have to keep getting on him for putting his hand in the off, but yes, indeed, Jack. Good to hear from you, Jack. Make sure you ain't putting your hand up there at all. I think you did just now. Yes, gotta quit doing that. Because all it takes is one time. You're holding your hand like that. The wedge is coming out. Don't do that. Always have your hand back here. All it takes is one time your finger is gone. All it takes is one time your finger's gone. And I'll never hear the end of it. I never hear the end of it from YouTube or your mommy. And I don't want that to happen anyway. need your thing. Sorry. Take over, Captain Gordon. I'll be the lifter. I'll let you do the split. I don't know why this microphone isn't working better. Hey, Jeff. Good to hear from y'all. We got a trailer and a truckload show right now. I just do not understand this microphone why it ain't working better than what it is. I'm good though. I'm frustrated with it because yeah, we're trying to, Jeff. Trying to. I'm messing with this microphone right now. Trying to figure out what's going on with it. But with her phone, usually it works. Yeah, it is a Texas trailer load, yeah. Yeah, it's around 4 face cords of wood for me. If I load that trailer up good, I better load my trailer up pretty good for it to be a full cord. If it has that one block fuzzy thing on it, pull it off and try it out. Okay, yeah, it does have that on it. So here it is without that. It's got 2 different ones. And I've even got another microphone. I may try the other microphone because the other day it was working great. I'm going to see if I can find that. No telling what I've done with it. Carter can handle the splitting, but he can't lift that wood. I think I'm going to run in real quick and check. Carter, I'll be right back. See if I can get that other microphone. Sounds the same. Okay. Maybe it may be the microphone. I'm going to go real quick and get this other one just to see. Because my little girl, she played with it the other day. I let her have one of them, and she may have messed one up. I don't know. Yeah, let me go try. If I can find it, that is. Let's have a look. How about now? Is that any better at all? It may not have changed the thing, but I got a different one. I got a different microphone. It may not have changed it at all. But I know the other day when I was testing it, it was working pretty good. Alright, boy. Got boy. Yeah, we got a bunch. It's better. So how is it, Curtis? Does it sound like, can you hear me pretty clear now, or just a little better? I was trying to get it figured out. It'd be a lot more enjoyable if I could talk and you could hear me while we're doing this, because I like doing these and Carter does. But if you can't hear me, it would be. I think it would be better if you could hear me. That's what I'm saying. And I would enjoy it more myself. That's talk. This is some good wood right here, this red oak. Ain't it? You like this red oak? That's so much better than the white. Can you hear me still when I'm over there? Maybe a little better. God loves you. Thank you for the kind words all the time.
Make sure you got a sister now.
Dan, that's my brother right there, Dan Rogers. You know what the tree service owner told me today? He showed me a mini skid steer, and he told me, he said, if you want to operate that and move this wood around, you're welcome to. Because this guy he's such a blessing, this guy, at this tree service. I mean, and it came right in time, too. Thank you very much, Jeff. I appreciate it. I'm very blessed with my family. Okay, a little bit. I think noise can. I'll have to try to figure that out maybe if I can. I have to try to fix it. I think there's a way on this microphone to do that if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not sure. Did that do anything at all? I remember it said something about pressing it 3 times fast and it would do something, but I may get it figured out one day. I would use it. That's a blessing. Yes, indeed. Yeah, because some of that, he sees me moving that stuff around, and that's why he said that. That stuff is it's good wood. There's maple that he's putting right there. Is it cold there? No, it's actually very warm here today. We can understand you though. Good. I'm gonna have to move some of this for him because he's not gonna be able to move some of these. What I do is can you hear me when I'm over here the same as you can like that now? Can you hear me the same as you can when I'm close to the phone or no? Or is it different? Because I'm wondering if the mic is even working. If it's working, then you should be able to hear me from over here the same as you can up there. Some of this red oak's pretty naughty. When it's naughty, anywhere it's tough in it when it's not stringy. But it ain't, man, this is nothing like that. I love that state, don't get me wrong. That's such a blessing to me and a lot of other people. This place is every bit as much a blessing, if not more, because it's closer for me. It's closer, and the wood's easier to split. And the BTUs on red and white oak are around the same. I think red is around 24 and white is around 25. So the BTUs are pretty close. Got it? Sounds like you are a cave, kinda. Stop screaming. Getting feedback now, did you leave other mic? Oh, I bet I did. Something, no telling. You can probably hear me better with it unhooked. How's that sound? I just unhooked it. You know what? I hope my wife's thinking it's connected to Bluetooth. It could be connected to Bluetooth. Let's try this real quick. You can hear better than us like that. You know what? She may have been connected to Bluetooth. My wife. I borrowed her. Let me know. Does it voice sound like I'm at work? The engine noise is overpowering you now. Okay, gotcha. Right, is it any different now at all? I turned the Bluetooth off one day, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's just not meant to be talking while you're running a large splitter. At least in people hearing you. Yes, best so far. Right now it is or no? Right now it's the best so far because you can hear me now? Awesome. You know what? She had her Bluetooth on and she's got Bluetooth headphones. They may have been connected. It may have been. Yeah, now it's better than ever. Awesome. So you can hear me now. I bet that's what it was then. I bet the Bluetooth on there, her Bluetooth was probably kind of making the mic not work right. I'm going to walk over there and help him and let me know if when I'm over there if you can hear me. Because with these mics, you're supposed to be able to hear the same as like if I'm at that swing set back there or if I'm right here. Ken's on there now. Awesome. So I think that's what it was, the Bluetooth then. All right, Carter, you get over that way by the lever because he can't lift this stuff and I'm going to let him run the lever. So I'm going to go check it. I think it's working better now. I'm going to check in a little bit. You all let me know. It's like right here. You should be able to hear me as good right here as you did up there with this microphone. I mean, I've tested it before and it worked. That's why I was confused this time. I said, why is it not working? Because last time I tested it, and what I mean by testing, I recorded a video and I got Carter to walk. This is all punky right here, so we'll throw that over there. Now this red oak is, I love splitting this stuff. It splits so easy. Unless it's knotted, that's any wood. And this wood has been down for about 2 years. So people have asked me that. I've burned some of this myself, and it burns great, actually. It did for me. It's around 50 degrees here today in Kentucky, which is pretty warm. It's been really nice, but it's strange too, you know, because well, we're in January now, and not that long ago we were down in the teens. But somebody told me today I went and got me some Oregon chain for that big 32-inch steel, and I got a place here where I can get them. Usually it's $32 for a chain for that Oregon, which are good chains. That's what I like to use. And now, like if I was to go somewhere and get a steel chain, it would be like $60, twice that. And I actually like the Oregon better than the steel myself. And I like it better than the Husqvarna. Not that I've used them a whole lot. I've used Echo as well, because I've had Echo before. I've only ever had one Echo, and I really liked it. Me and Carter drove all the way to Ohio to buy this saw, because the guy had a good price on it. And it was an Echo Timberwolf. I liked it. If you ever get a chance to use one of them, they're actually really good firewood saws. We had a 22-inch varmint, but now I've been using that 461. It's hard to go back to something, you know. I won't say it's hard to go back, but go ahead, Carter, take over. There's a difference. Like this wood here, I couldn't hardly cut it with a saw like that. I'm gonna check that here in a little bit because I may be talking through there again. See if you can hear me. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any in the chat, so let me know here later if y'all get a chance. Can you hear me when I'm over there like you can right now? Like when I'm over there splitting with him, are you hearing anything I'm saying at all, or am I just talking to myself? You can, Jeff? You can hear me when I'm over there as well? Good. If that's the case, good. That's what I want. I want you to be able to hear me when I'm doing this. Oh, Andrea. My favorite weed eater is an Echo. All my saws are Husqvarna. I've had a Echo backpack blower and an Echo chain, so that's the only thing I've ever had. And that backpack blower was one of the most dependable pieces of equipment I ever had, honestly. You know what? This one's a little funky. Hold on, sorry. That's all right. That was a little too funky. That's some fire pit wood. Bruh. So, and this, like I said, this customer that we're getting this truckload ready for, she doesn't like, she likes it kind of short because she got her stove ain't very big. It's real, she's heavy, some of it. Huh? I think it's working. I'm pretty sure somebody said it's 10 times better. Yeah, Steve Wesolowski, a guy I met through YouTube. Well, he found me through YouTube. I met him at the stave mill. And it's kind of a funny story the way it happened, because he said he had been watching me for a while on there, in Carter. And his friend lives in Moorhead, where the stave mill was. And he was with his friend one day, and he said, you know where that stave mill is? And they ended up figuring out where it was. And they drove there. And me and Carter just so happened to be the only ones there that day. And he said when he was pulling up, he said, I think that's the guy right there actually that I've been watching. And he pulled up and got out, and I'd never met him at that point. And he said, hey, you don't know me, but I've been watching you. We met quite a few people at the stave mill that watched us online. It was pretty neat, because which makes sense because they were going there for firewood, you know. And some of them that we met at the stave mill, we met because they found the stave mill from our channel. That was a blessing, that stave mill was. It was, you know, they made whiskey barrels. I'm not saying I like whiskey or nothing like that, but the stave mill, they let the butt ends and they gave them away for free. So it wasn't just me that got that. It was a bunch of people that came in there and got that. And man, it was nice because it was debarked white oak, and it had been down, I think, a minimum of 6 months is what somebody told me. I don't know how true that is. But a lot of people love that wood. I actually had a guy call me probably about 2 or 3 months ago before the stave mill shut down. I delivered this guy a load, and then I delivered his friend a load. And they were both first-time customers. And he calls me and he said, hey, I just wanted to let you know that is some great firewood. He said it's hard to find that anymore. And so, and in my area, sometimes it is, because there was a year when I was driving a truck and I was trying to help a customer out because I wasn't delivering, and they were wanting wood, and I got on Facebook and tried to get them a load of wood, like I was the customer, you know. And I couldn't hardly get nobody to deliver it. And I thought, wow, no wonder I'm getting business. Guys are advertising, not even replying. So we'll take it. I think right now we've got around 130 customers, maybe 140 in my phone. And getting, like the one I'm delivering to supposed to tomorrow is a new customer, a trailer load, which is $300 a trailer load is. It's a lot of work that goes into this, but when you enjoy it, it's not bad. I love this. I love doing this. I don't dread it. There's been times when I thought, man, I'm tired and do not feel like doing that stuff. But the environment and everything, I love. And the source of wood has been different over the years, you know. Like the stave mill lasted, that was about a year for me. And it wasn't a consistent year, really. Close to it, right, pretty close. But before that, when I first started my channel, I was getting it from a guy that had 200 acres, and he had the land logged out. And that's one of my favorite ways to do it. But I'll be honest, I think right now that tree service I'm getting it from is my favorite place I've ever had. Because this wood has been down. That's why I like that logged out land. The wood had been down for a while, you know. And so it's seasoned. Some of it is. And so you can bucket, split, and take it right on. And you can have a pretty good turnover like that. Because like how some guys got to bring it home, you know, and like I'm doing right now, and then load it on the splitter. Well, the way I've done it a lot, I don't have to do that. I go out and find the wood, I'll bark it if I need to, you know, which I always needed to accept at the stave mill. Let me try to find some smaller wood on here. We got a whole trailer load right here that you can't see, but some of the stuff's a little bigger, and that'll be for the guy I'm delivering to tomorrow. Well, the second customer tomorrow. First one is getting a truck load. I lost my train of thought there. I do that a lot. I've changed a lot. But anyways, the source of wood, that's very important for you if you're doing firewood. Hell yeah, what I was saying, I would just split the wood. It would save me so much time. Because I wouldn't have to load it up, you know, and then take it home and then unload it and then split it and then load it back up. All I had to do was bucket, split it, load it, and take it on. And you know, the next thing I want something that I can move wood with in the future. Like a tractor. I've looked at some tractors with front loaders. Just because loading the truck even, you know, I could say if I had the wood split here, instead of loading it all by hand, I could get that tractor loaded up with a bucket and then load it into my bed or on the trailer or whatever. But I think the next investment, I'm thinking a dump truck. And I've really kind of thought about a trailer, but the main reason I don't want to do that, there's reasons I do and there's reasons I don't. I do junk removal too. So that would be great for that. And for firewood. At the same time, this is a half-ton truck. So a dump truck loaded down with wood, really I would pretty much need another truck too, not just the trailer. So I don't know, I'm debating on those. I found it the other day, which is really what I would want more than anything. I think it was a F350 with a dump bed on it, and it wasn't a dually. Which I really don't, I was thinking of that, but from what I've heard of dualies, they get stuck easily. So it wasn't a dually, and it was four-wheel drive, which would be perfect. Because the four-wheel drive, there's been so many times, there's been times before we wouldn't have four-wheel drive, we would have been stranded, or I would have been stranded. There was times when I got out on a bad road and I didn't take a photo with me. And if I wouldn't have I barely got back on the road with four-wheel drive. Without it, I would have been just stuck. And I'm talking about out in bad weather that a lot of people did not even want to get out on. Huh? Yeah, he's got peace. But that there, good old soda while you're in there, good old carbonated water. Albert in Moorhead, Granite Creek. But thank you very much. If anything good in me is God, that's all. I'm a mess without him, that's for sure. God bless you. God bless you. God bless everyone that's Dylan and his family. Thank you all so much. Really appreciate that. I'm going to take over real quick because hopefully you all can hear me. Let me see, I'm going to read you. There's no blessing in me. I started walking in. I live on the back up. Thank you, Curtis. I really like Curtis a lot. Good weather, yes. Yeah, you did send me a picture of his saw. It looked like a big Husqvarna. Oh, is that what that was? So different. I've never had a husky saw yet. I've never had a husky saw. Hopefully y'all can hear me. I'm gonna take over for Carter because he's got to use the bathroom. And this is easy right here, man. Look at this splitter. This is like I don't even know what to think about it. I'm so used to for the last 7 years, you know. Counting this year makes 7 for me in firewood. This year makes 7. But for the most of the last 7, almost all of them, except for mainly this year, I've purely, that's a big nut, I've purely split by hand. And like I can do it, this wood especially, I can do it faster by hand. And it is nice having a splitter. Because like when your body's tired and stuff, and I'll tell you what really wears me out. Look at that big thing. I'm going to put that to the side. It's moving the wood. That's what wears me out. Moving the wood. But that's why I like with this at the stave mill. Sometimes I would split it and then load it, even if it was quartering it down. Because if you quarter the wood down, it makes it a lot easier. And but some wood ain't that easy to quarter. You know, some wood you'll set heat on. It just depends on the wood you've got. This wood here is perfect because it splits good. It's good firewood. It is heavy, but I can make it smaller. You know, I can make it manageable with my axe fairly easily, honestly. So I really love this red oak. I wasn't sure what he would have from there, but the most that I've been getting out there, honestly, is red oak. Yeah, the most that I've been getting out there is red oak. What's this one, Carter? Oh yeah, you gotta watch them ones that are all curved on the end. Let's see here. Hopefully y'all can hear me even. It'd be nice. Earlier y'all were saying it's better. Hopefully you can still hear me, but yeah, I met a lot of people at the stave mill. Curtis was the first person I met at the stave mill who said they watched me on YouTube. He was the very first one. He was. And Carter looked at me. He walked up to him and he said, "How do you like that new axe you got?" There's a man named Rick, very kind man. He sent that to Carter, an X25. It's a fantastic little splitting axe. And got the same exact head as the, if you need me to help you, let me know. If you need me to help you, let me know. It's got the same exact head as the X27. Still to this day, I'll say this. Fiskars is the best splitting axe I've ever used to this day. That's hands down. I'm not just saying that either. I've always said that about Fiskars. Guys don't like them because of the fiberglass handles, but that never bothered me. I love good wooden handles too, though. Don't get me wrong. Like I've been using a lot the FE6 that I got from Buck and Billy Ray. The Buck and Special. He hafted that axe himself. And I've been using it, and it's a great splitter, but not as good as the Fiskars. The Adler Super Splitter is the close second to it. Like they're close, they're right there together to me. But honestly, the Adler Super Splitter, the way that it comes, I would take the Fiskars over it any day. And Adler sent me that Super Splitter. I actually asked them about it, and they sent it to me for free. And so it's a German-made head. The eye of the head is definitely German, you can tell. It's different than like the eyes you'll see here in America, a lot of them. They're more of a square. And I think the Adler's 6.5 pounds or something. I'm moving wood on the trailer while he's doing that. I'm kind of trying to find some smaller stuff and putting it up there near the front. Hopefully you can hear me. But yeah, so one of my point is the Adler Super Splitter. The Adler Super Splitter is right there with the Fiskars. The heads are very similar. And I knew it before I even got it. What? The song? I knew it before I got it that it was going to be a good splitter. I could tell by looking at the profile on it. It's almost similar to a ball. That's one thing I actually favor about the Fiskars over the Adler is that the Fiskars is lighter than the Adler and it's got a longer handle, which to me are both a bonus. Once you get into too much weight, I've always talked about this for a long time, but once you get into too much weight, if you're splitting a whole lot of wood by hand, and maybe some people don't do that, but I have over the years, because that's how I had to do it, and I enjoy it now. Even still, I prefer to split this by hand than with the splitter. It goes way quicker for me. Especially easy wood like this. And usually what we do when we do these is I'll let Carter split, and with this, and then I'll do that. But a lot of the trucks are too big for him to lift, so I'm kind of helping. This is maple right here. This splits great too. Sometimes when it's twisted, it's horrible, but and this is good dry wood too. It's solid, not rotten, and not. It seems like it's actually dry. He said it's been down for some of the oak's been down for around 2 years, which is awesome. Where's that ginger? Let me get my spinach. I probably done buried it with wood. Oh, there it is. Let Captain take over. All glory to God, and I thank God for the inspiration. Amen, Jeff. God is God. All glory to God. I'm so thankful for God. I am. I'm so thankful for His mercy and for His grace. Well, brother, I've got to get out, get to work. Campground's open in 2 months, and I've got to get ahead of the game. Yes, indeed, Curtis. I wish you the best with that. It's always good to hear from you, Curtis. It truly is. I'm always happy to hear from you. I consider you a friend. Hope to stay in touch for the rest of our lives. Get your gloves, Carter. Where's your gloves? Here we go. Boys ignoring me. Y'all gentlemen have a blessed and safe day. Love seeing y'all online. Thank you very much, Jeff. You as well. Very good to hear from you. There's my spinach right there. See, Popeye's spinach. Made in Kentucky right there. That's a ginger ale. All right. It'll be 100 years old next. Well, actually, now it is. 1926 is when they started this. Actually. Yeah, it's good hearing from all y'all. It really is. Truly. We like getting these lives. The sun's here in Kentucky starting to go down over there. We've got probably an hour of daylight. So here in a little bit, I may jump on the old axe while Carter does this. If I can get him some pieces that he can lift over there. If not, we are in no big hurry anyways, because this isn't delivered till tomorrow. So, okay, I've got it made here, sitting there drinking soda and splitting wood at the same time. Hard to beat those things. Hello. Y'all here? Yeah. Yes, indeed. All right, brother, I got this big maple here. This is maple's pretty good wood. Just don't last as long as oak. Not quite. We delivered a truckload the other day to a man. Carter, come on. We had to go back too far away from us. We delivered Carter. Lay that down and work, or take a break. Come on, I'll break this. If you want to take a break, you can, but I ain't gonna wait on you. So we delivered to a guy the other day, and he had a big pile of maple there, and that's what he was saying when we brought him that red oak. He said, yeah, maple's pretty good, but it ain't like that oak. I said, what are you going to do, mix it? And he said, yeah. I said, I'm going to mix it together. I'll leave that one a big chunk. That's so much lighter than oak maple is, especially when it's dry like that. It's got a pretty small grain. I bought a handle one time from the flea market. I couldn't get in those. They're really dangerous, really. If you get a handle and it's not good, a handle, it's dangerous. Because if it breaks on you, and especially if it's not hickory, because lots of other woods, like some, well, I don't know if all ash is like that, but when I broke that ash handle that time, it just snapped. It didn't do like hickory to where it snaps and it kind of stays attached. It snapped and wrapped around the handle. And started double bit. If that gets you in the face or neck or anything, that's be it for you. And that stuff happens so fast, you can't do nothing about it. I remember when I got my leg that day with that, I busted out of my cap. And a little fisker chopping at me. It happened so quick, I wasn't even sure if I got myself. And when I looked down and I seen the cut, I knew I got myself. I seen the cut through my pants. I didn't even see my leg yet. I just seen it cut on the pants and I thought, oh, are you kidding me? But if I was going to get myself with an axe, it would be doing what I was doing then, which is chopping the tree down. That's the most dangerous thing I've ever done with an axe by far. I've had many close call split too. Don't get me wrong, I have. The way that I split, yeah, I have, but I've never got myself that split. Not to say that you can't though. Yeah, I've had close calls, sure. Especially with shorter handles, the way that I split. They put it closer to your feet. That 36 is kind of, for me, at my height of about 5'10", it's kind of hard to even get yourself with a 36 handle, you know? Especially if you're pretty comfortable with an axe. Want to take over? See what was a man with an axe like I was when I was younger. Well, I use the headphones. How is everyone? Hey, how you doing, Brad? Gloves and not the headphones. I'm not even going to answer that question. I'm with you, Joey. Gloves get in the way. Yes, and you yeah, gloves do get in the way. Your hands get used to this after you do it so long. They really do. That don't mean you don't get splinters every now and then. I still get them. Don't get me wrong. I still get them, but yeah, it's not worth it to me. It's up to the individual. You know, there was a guy telling me a while back. He was saying I was splitting wood with an axe, saying you need to get some eyeglasses for that. And I said, to split wood? And I said, I've never got myself in the eye. And guess what happened shortly after I said that? So got myself in the eye with a piece of wood. But still yet, I'm not gonna wear safety glasses, split wood. But that's on me. That's on me. I'm not saying that I don't understand others doing that completely. But there's a few times the splitter has tried to flip on us. So I've got some weights on that side of it right now. We've got some big heavy rails up here, and when it pushes them back with that wedge, it's trying to flip on us. Like some more maple right here. So this is we've got about 2/3 of this load done. I think it takes 45 minutes to an hour with the splitter. It takes me about 20 minutes by hand to fill that up. If I've got good splitting wood like this, it really does. It takes me about 20 minutes. So I heard of the time of the splitter. But this is easy. You know, I'm not tired. I can relax while I'm doing this. So I definitely understand why people use them. And like I said, a lot of times the way we'll do it is I'll split my hand while he's doing this. I had a cousin that cut 2 of his fingers off using a log splitter. I don't know how he did that. I mean, you could do that for sure, but I don't know if he was drunk or what. No. But I just tell you, you can easily do it, no doubt. Your fingers in there, it's going. I try to tell Carter that all the time. You know, I understand people's concern and everything for sure. Carter looks younger than he is. I think 13 is 20 old enough to do something like this. He's well, all kids are different too, because I tell you this, my son Camden, he's very reckless. Like I would not put an axe in his hands for anything right now, which he's younger than Carter too. But I'm saying even if he was the same age, he may mature over time, but he's very hyped up and reckless. And I love him very much. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm saying you got to examine things like that to make the right choice. Because as a parent, that is on you. I wouldn't want to make the choice and my kids get hurt, but that's on me, like I said. But Carter, yeah, I know there's a risk with this? Absolutely. I know there's a risk when he's been splitting with an axe, and he's been doing that now for over a year. But I also know that in order for them to grow, that you have to examine them at one point in their life and say, okay, I think they're ready. And you can't if you don't ever teach them anything as a parent, then when they're older, you know, those skills, they may be able to learn them, but by the time they get older, if you go ahead and teach them, they'll be very skilled at them. By the time they're like, Carter's actually pretty good with an axe already. He is. You like splitting with an axe, don't you? You like splitting with an axe? He loves splitting with an axe once in a while. I always get nervous when I see these with these big knots. I ain't really experienced with the log splitter. I'm not. I'm an amateur with the log splitter. Huh? Yeah, me too. Carter's used this more than I have, I believe. So before I got this one, I think I had used a log, I'd rented one once, a log splitter, to take care of some huge twisted oak that I got from a tree service. I think that's my first year in business. So I rented the log splitter, and used it. And then other than that, I'm not hard to use them. So I got this one. And I've used Steve's. He's got log on makes one. It's awesome. It's got a big old table on it. It's fast. I think it's 30 ton, if I'm not mistaken. It's quick. I love the table on it too. It's got a big old table. This one's powerful right here. I was saying there for a while. I've never put anything in this that it wouldn't split. But the other day I did. I put a piece of oak in it and it hit that knot and it would not go through it. First time I put something in it that it wouldn't do. And this is 34 ton splitter made in America. It's got a Kawasaki engine. I love this thing. It's got a 4-way wedge, but I hardly ever use it. Because on this real hardwood and stuff, it kind of just stops it sometimes. It's more prone to stopping. We're about 2/3 of the way there. I'm trying to get shorter stuff for her. We've not got a whole lot of daylight left. Oh, this is cherry here. I only got one round of cherry. I remember cutting. It's my favorite smelling wood. Pretty good firewood. Not like oak. Not a lot. Here that is. Which I'll tell you, hickory and locust actually are a little harder than oak, both of them. And oak burns for a long time. So I think it burns longer than locust. I'm not positive, but I think it burns longer than locust. Black locust is mainly what I've dealt with. We have money locust as well. That's that stuff with the big thorns on it. But I think in my first or second year in business, I got a lot of wood from a cattle farmer, an old man. Russell B, that's what he always said. I'd call him because he always wanted me to call him before I came. He'd say, Russell B. And I'd say, can I come and get some wood? And he'd say, yeah, come on. He had an advertisement, a sign out at the end of his job where it said, saw and haul. That's what he said, saw and haul. And I went out there and I got all kinds of dead standing locust, and he had quite a bit of cherry. I think people call this black cherry. But he had quite a bit of cherry. And splits great. Splits really good. And the locust splits good too, I think, the black locust. And man, it's hot burning wood. I had one customer, I've had him now since my first year, I think. So I guess that makes 7 years. Very friendly man. And when I brought him that locust, it was great because that's what he wanted. He kept saying, you got any more of that locust? And I said, yeah, because where I was getting it from was just right down the road from that guy's home, really, about 10 minutes from him. I said, yeah, I've got plenty of it. He said, well, keep bringing me that. And so that's what I would do. I just kept on bringing him locust, and he said he liked that better than the oak. Because it was real good and dry, it's dead standing, and it just burnt on. And he would use it in his shop. He was a woodworker. I still delivered to him. We delivered to him this year. Once or twice, I think twice. I delivered 2 trailer loads of that this year. So I love developing customers like that. You actually kind of develop a friendship with some of them, and I really like that. And then I've had some too, not many at all. I haven't really had a lot of bad experiences with firewood customers. I don't think I have. I had one horrible one time though, and that was this year. First time I've ever had anything like that. The guy cussed me out and everything right in front of the quarter. Told him I wouldn't be bringing in no more after that, and that's why he cussed me, because of how he was acting and stuff. That was the first time I ever had that happen, though. I've never had nobody talk to me like that. I had a firewood customer, I don't even know if I had anybody serious. Let that guy do it, He was, I'm 33, I'll be 34 in February. I'd say he was in his mid-40s. Just to see a middle-aged man acting like a little kid like that, it's a shame, really. But anyway, that's the first time I ever had that happen. And so I sold him that one load, unloaded the whole thing, and then after that, he tried to tell me he wasn't going to pay me until I brought him another load. And I said, no. I said, you're going to pay me now, or I'm taking this wood with me. I mean, I'm not going to bring wood to you. You tell me you ain't gonna pay me until I bring you. I don't work that way. I don't think so. So anyways, he ended up paying, and then when I told him I wasn't bringing any more, he got mad. But anyways, I'll get off that subject. I don't even know why I got. What I was trying to say is I'm over the years I've never hardly had any customers like that. I've always been blessed for the most part with really good customers, and I've had many that have stayed. Some have moved away. Usually in the summer, what I'll do in August, I'll send a message out to all my customers sometimes. And I'll say, hey, I'm selling wood. If you need it, just let me know. And sometimes, people will message back through that and say, hey, I'll go ahead and take some. And then some people, I've had some say, hey, we no longer live in Kentucky, so I try to take them out. And what I do in my phone, I put FWC, which means firewood customer. To me, I know it means that. So I'll put FWC, and then I put their address. I don't even put the name usually, because there's so many different names. I mean, you take 130 customers. So I put FWC and then their address. And some of them they have delivered to for a while, but I remember by name, but many I don't. And I just kind of the address I recognize. More maple. I got a little bit of maple from that. We really, that guy today was saying that the tree service owner, he is such a friendly guy. He was saying, yeah, that's helping me too. You know what y'all are doing, because he's clearing it out for him. And what they'll do probably, he's a big tree service. This guy, he's got like 4 big bucket trucks and a lot of equipment and stuff. Like he's a pretty good sized tree service. This guy, man, it's a blessing. It just worked out. God worked it right out for me, really, because he really did. Sometimes I think about the way that God blessed me. The stave mill was just, and I could see it coming with the stave mill. I could see it coming. I could see that stave mill wasn't gonna last. And I was hearing different things from different people. Some people saying, yeah, it'll last, and then some saying, I don't think so either. But I could kind of, from what I was seeing, unless something changed drastically, I could tell that stave mill was something was happening with it. It wasn't gonna last much longer. And so I ended up contacting this guy with the tree service. Now, I used to get wood from him. On a different property. I'd never met this man ever at the time. He had an advertisement on Facebook Marketplace to come and get wood off of a property. And so I've got footage of it on my old videos. And it was up on a mountain right here on my road, actually. And he had cabins, and he had a lot of red oaks down. And so I would go there for about 2 years. I got a lot of wood off of there, mainly red oak. And but I knew he had this tree service too. That's all right. Just over there. He had a tree service, and I didn't know he had a tree service. I'd never met him. Even for the 2 years I was going to get wood from that property, I still hadn't met him. And so I called him and I said, "Hey, do you got any wood at that property?" This was last year, I think, when I did this. And he said, "That's about all gone." He said, "But I've got a tree service." And I showed this video when I did it about a year or so ago, the tree service, and I showed the wood how big it was. But I didn't have a saw hardly big enough to cut through a lot of that stuff. And so I bought this Chinese saw online, 70cc. I can't say a whole lot bad about it on it. Of course, if you're doing firewood all the time, I wouldn't recommend it. It's just not the most dependable thing. They're cheap made, but honestly, it paid for itself time and time again too. But anyways, my point being, Daniel reached out to me, Daniel Atkins, and he said, "Hey, I got this steel MS461. He said, I'll send it to you for you to try out on that wood. That way you can get an idea if that saw will work for you in that wood." Because he's seen the videos that I was doing that big wood. Daniel lives in Washington State. He deals with a lot of Douglas fir. And I said, "Wow." I said, "I really appreciate that." And he paid for the shipping. He sent it with a 20-inch light bar on it and 2 chains with it. And he sent me a scrinch thing, I guess you'd call it, like a ratchet scrinch. It's, to adjust your tension and then take the bar nuts off. And so it's very kind of them. But I mean, all that happened, the way it worked out for me was, other people may not have seen it, but the way that I seen it, the way that I seen what was going on, I was about to lose a huge source of wood, in the stave mill. And then I had another one, because after I contacted that guy, and then I went found that tree service. I knew there was wood there, but at the same time, I got to the point. I said, that's so big, that wood. You know, I don't think I can do anything with that with my saw. I didn't have a bar. The biggest I had was 24 inch, and this 32 inch bar that I've been using won't go through some of the wood, but I'm able to, you know, get it done with it for sure. I mean, it goes through a lot of it. I mean, it's fantastic. I'm not taking away from it, but I'm just saying that's how big this wood is. Some of it, like I put the bar on a piece today, and I would say it was a good 46 inches or something wide, the bar. But if I go to one side and then the other, I can get through it. It's been fantastic the way it worked out. Daniel sits out. He rents out right in time. And now he didn't owe me nothing. He still don't owe me nothing. But I mean, I'm just saying the way that worked out is such a blessing. And like I said, other people don't see that. But I've seen it in my own life. I can recognize that God blessed me in that. And I'm very thankful for it. Very thankful. Daniel is so kind of him. And this splitter, Steve Wesolowski, a guy gave me a truck. I don't know if y'all ever seen that. Gave me a truck. The truck had problems. I never did figure the problems out. And I ended up selling that truck. And that's how I got some brand new axles for this trailer. Which was a blessing regardless. But, I mean, God blessed me. He's worked things out for me in many different ways. I'm not trying to be rich, and I'm not worried about that at all. If I wanted to make all kinds of money, I would have kept driving the truck. I could have made good money doing that. And other jobs, I just see how to work and you need them. I want to be happy and do what I like, and also spend time with my family. And this is perfect for that. But the thing is, with this, you know, you've got this in the winter, but you got to do other stuff in the summer. And I've done all kinds of different things. You know, like I don't care to go out and do whatever. I don't care. I'm not afraid of physical work. And if you're not, and you got a little bit of equipment, especially if just a pickup truck and a trailer, there's a lot of work out there, like junk removal even. I've done a lot of junk removal jobs. And actually really enjoyed junk removal. And landscaping. That tree work is something I like. I tried the roofing thing. Here in this little town where I'm at, there's not really a lot of business in that from what I can tell. Now you get into Lexington about an hour away, there's a lot there. There's also a lot of roofing businesses there, but me and my dad had this thing we was going to work together, and the first job we did, that didn't work out. And so, anyways, I didn't end up pursuing roofing after a while. Firewood is something I've stuck with for about 7 years now, and I always loved landscaping and lawn care. Still do landscaping sometimes, like we did this past summer. But junk removal is something I've definitely grown in quite a bit. That's part of why I was debating the dump trailer. Because with the dump trailer, you can actually rent them out like dumpsters, and you can accumulate them, you know, and then rent them out of like dumpsters. And not just that, you can deliver gravel, you can deliver bolts, firewood. But like I said, I could do that for sure. But eventually I'd want to get me a bigger truck for that. I could definitely pull it with this truck. But when it's loaded down real heavy, no, you get yourself killed. Because this truck just isn't made for that kind of weight. Or have that kind of weight behind it. I've never had bigger than a half ton. I've been looking at some now. I'm a bow boy. Take what I can get. I like this old Ford. I gave $3,600 for it. It's been a real good truck, honestly. I'll tell you one thing though, firewood is not easy on your trucks. That Dodge Ram I had, I changed the rear end in it twice. I mean, you loading them down with oak in the back, you're talking about, it's a half ton, you've got probably a ton of weight in there with that oak. A cord of oak can weigh up to 5,000 pounds, a full cord. But yeah, it just depends on how dry it is and everything. So all the woods make a difference, you know. We got this. But you see how long that took? That took about an hour if I didn't. I haven't even checked. I'd say that took probably an hour. It takes about 20 minutes by hand. But this is easy. Yeah, I used a lot of energy earlier getting the wood. That's the most business part. But now today he told me I can actually use that little mini skid steer. That's another thing I was looking at. I was thinking about getting one of them. I've seen them, but I didn't know how well they do. His is a pretty good size mini skid steer. The ones I was looking at wasn't that big. You could get them new for like $4,000. Chinese made or something. I thought it'd be good, you know, just to move logs around and stuff. And some other stuff like junk removal jobs I've done demolition. It'd be handy for that because they got buckets and forks. And so There's been different pieces of equipment I've been debating getting, but the one that I've kind of focused on the most is either a dump trailer. And like I said, the main reason I even consider that is because I do dump them too. You know, for firewood, a 1-ton dump truck would definitely be the better option because you can get in and out easier and deliver a full board with it if you got it set up right. You can get out in weather that ain't the greatest. There's no way I'd want to do that with a dump trailer behind me, especially on some of these roads I've been on in the winter. So anyways, I think we're about to go ahead and end this here. Go ahead and shut her down, Carter. We've got a pretty good amount of wood there. And later I can fill it up. Well, I think it's already a good load, but I can fill it up the rest of the way later. Let's see here. So we're going to end this here, I believe. All right. Good hearing from all y'all. What are y'all saying? I agree because of Dylan. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it. Why do I got those on still? Mario. Hello, Mario. Albert. Good to hear from you. Mario. No, Carter. None of that banging right now. People just don't care anymore. That's just sad. Good things.
Can you show that off for me, please?
Cornfields of Southern Indiana. Awesome. Fred Hinkle. I think I've seen that name maybe. Safety glass. Pipes are the only I've seen gloves useful when loosening fingers is they make easy to find finger after it was cut off. Yeah. Talking you and Carter. Woodyard. Have no fingers left, Brad. I bet this wouldn't connect probably in my shed. It's a mess anyways right now, but I bet it wouldn't connect in there. Thought about trying it. I got that old zero turn and I got that tiller right there. See that tiller? Got that from a junk removal job. That zero turn. And there's a chipper. Got that little mower from a junk removal. So anyways, I think I'm going to end it here. It was good talking to you all. You go back down. Ricky's axe is on the way to him. Awesome. I look forward to seeing what he thinks about that one. We need a testimony. It's always good to hear about the Lord, that's for sure. I'll be blessed. We will see y'all on the next one. See you, Jeff. It's good hearing from you. Glad to see you stuck around. Good to hear from you. Well, I thank God for my wife and children. Thank you for another day. Thank you for our health. There's a little bit of my testimony. I thank God for, we should all have a testimony. Just thank God for another day even. So I thank God for another day for my wife and children. They're coming out right now. It looks like she's bringing them out. Carter's over there working on a handmade handle. I think Brad's got him into wanting to make handles. It kind of looks overcast. I think we're supposed to get some rain here tomorrow, but we've got a truck and a trailer load to do tomorrow. So I've got a lot of wood there to split still. I think I may go do some by hand too. But you all be safe out there. God bless. Good hearing from y'all. I think he's wanting to show his little handle there that he's making. That's an odor head he's got there. I think that's a plum, isn't it?
Hey, do I get included?
You want to get on?
Yeah. My bike. That handle came from.
Go ahead. There's Camden Kong coming. They can't see you there at all, Camden.
I learned one of the techniques on the bike.
Yeah.
You put both your feet up there and it gives you a boost.
That's Camden Kong, the brute right there. He already outweighs Carter and he's 9. Yes, I do it full time. Yes. In the winter. I do other things in the summer, but yeah, in the winter I do it full time. Nice. The head looks like it's got a good profile. Yeah, it's an odor. I think it's a plum, if I'm not mistaken. A guy that I used to buy my sauce from gave it to him, but that guy moved away. His name was Daniel. I got some old sauce from him. I had a 1968 Lombard that I got from him one time. I really liked that saw. I ended up selling it. I regret selling it. Really, that one. Do you do this? But it's good hearing from all y'all. Y'all take care. God bless y'all. We may get on later again and do one later, read the Bible a little bit. That's what I've been trying to focus my time on the most, is setting my affection on things above, reading the Bible, praying, fasting, just seeking God. And so I've been trying to invest my time in that more lately. We've been on an hour. That went by quick. I figured it took about an hour to split that load with that log splitter. But you all be safe out there, and God bless. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. None comes through the Father but by him. You all take care.